Reid, building off of last week, how'd you feel like you came out through today?
A lot better. I mean, I can't complain about coming back and throwing 8 innings. I mean, I felt really good today, and I mean, I just attacked the zone. I mean, I think I only threw, can't remember how many balls I threw today, but I was attacking the zone, getting people out, so it felt good. Felt really good.
I think like 20 something.
Yeah. I might sit here.
Stay right, Jeff.
Chris, when y'all come out pre-game and see the wind blowing out like that, does that get you jacked up? And how big of a factor was that today with the 5 home runs?
Gets you jacked up a little bit, but you can't really look into it too much. You know, we gotta stick with our offensive approaches, and you know, when we try to hit home runs and try to put the ball in the air, that's when we get in trouble a little bit. But if we stay within ourselves and just try to drive the ball low and hard up the middle, you know, that's when you kind of find successful runs. And, you know, we had that today, and it played a huge factor for us.
Go to your left, Cullen.
Andrew, I guess after starting the year without a lot of power in the bat, how did it feel? How good did it feel to see that ball go out? Do you know how far that thing went?
Yeah, I was a couple people told me, a couple teammates, and actually one guy behind me in right field told me, but no, it feels really good because, I mean, that's one thing that's always been a big part of my game, and to kind of not have that in the first few games is a little frustrating, but, you know, it feels good to come out and do it today.
So you know what 400 is?
Yeah. Yes.
Average.
Yeah, I knew I got a hold of that for sure.
Back, Cullen.
I guess Reid, Coach Kingston was in here saying that you're the epitome of don't judge a book by its cover with the tattoos and the calm, you know, all the hair. And he said you're a calming influence just because you pound the zone. Do you kind of feel that way? Is that kind of how you embrace your role as a guy that can come out and be steady and calm throughout the game?
Yeah, no, you know, I've always been told that I'm a strike thrower. I mean, I've always been told that you pound the zone, get people out. You're not going to be a big strikeout guy, but you're obviously going to get outs. And there was a couple errors made behind me, and, you know, I just was like, okay, whatever, let's go to the next guy, and proceed to just keep getting people out. I mean, I had 2 guys, 3-2, and that didn't faze me one bit, and struck both of them out. So it was nice to see that.
If I told you that you had 14 innings pitched over the first 2 weeks of the year, would you believe me?
No, not at all. Would not believe you one bit.
Back to Jeff.
Chris, just kind of how comfortable are you feeling right now after the last couple of days and hitting the ball the way you have?
I feel extremely comfortable right now. You know, since the season started, I felt like, you know, I've been seeing the ball extremely well. I've been putting great swings on it, whether I get hits or not. You know, I've been confident in my approach and confident in what I'm doing. So I'm gonna keep working hard and, you know, continue to feel good, hopefully.
I go Phil then.
Yeah, Chris, this is, you can answer for the other guys because you're the only one that's been here, but Clemson series coming up this weekend. It's sort of a football mentality in this state because of the anticipation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got all week to kind of think about it, though you do have a game on Tuesday, but I'm just wondering, you know, have you guys talked about it all, kind of looking ahead and knowing it's been a little while since South Carolina's won that series?
We haven't talked about it too much. You know, we got App State on Tuesday, so right now we're preparing for them, and we're gonna get a win Tuesday. And then after that game, you know, that's when we'll start, you know, focusing on the weekend, and you know, it'll be fun for sure. It'll be heated for sure. But you know, we got to take care of business Tuesday.
I guess, Chris, is there a little extra satisfaction with the payoff after kind of the last weekend when there's maybe a little inconsistency in the at bats you're seeing in position, that kind of stuff? Is there a little extra satisfaction seeing kind of, you know, the ball finally going out, that kind of stuff?
You know, it feels great. There's definitely satisfaction, you know, when you put together a pretty good weekend. But you know, I'm not going to look too far into, you know, what happened this weekend, what happened last weekend. I'm just going to keep preparing and keep building my confidence, and you know, hopefully keep putting good swings on the ball.
Cullen.
Chris, it seems like the shift down for Brady has worked for him pretty well, hitting, I guess, right in front of you. What have you seen out of him, and how do you all, I guess, work well together with him hitting in front of you and behind?
No, he's a great hitter. You know, we got a lot of great hitters in our lineup, and I feel bad for the coaches because, you know, you can put anyone anywhere and, you know, have great results. But Brady's young, and he's shown a lot of great things so far earlier in the season, which is great to see, and it's promising to see. But with him hitting in front of me, you know, we just go up there and we try to drive the ball up the middle, try to drive runs in when they're on base, and that's what all our hitters do, and we've been seeing some good results so far.
Chris, I know you didn't catch today, but as a catcher, what did you see from Reid that he's doing that is so effective?
He's just pounding the zone. That's all we can ask of him, and that's all we can ask of anyone, really. And he did his job extremely well today. Just filled up the strike zone with every single one of his pitches, and no matter who you are, if you fill up the strike zone, people are going to get themselves out, and that's what he did today, and he got a lot of outs for us.
Your left, Will.
Chris or Andrew, you guys are hitting for power basically up and down the lineup, but also 17 walks this weekend, I think 7 hit by pitches. Is there a little extra patience with you guys now that you starting to see the ball go out a little bit more patience, just waiting for your pitch, or what is that?
Well, throughout the fall and early spring, I guess winter, our coaches praise discipline, aggression. So we take pride in that throughout the scrimmages, throughout practice, everything. So we're spitting on pitches that we can't drive early in the count, and we're not missing the ones that we can drive, and just buying into that discipline, aggression approach has worked well for us so far.
Yeah, I agree with Chris. It's easy to get anxious up there, a little bit antsy, and start chasing stuff in the dirt and looking for your pitch. But like you said, they preach discipline, aggression to us. We try not to miss our pitch, our fastball or hanging breaking ball or whatever. But also you got to be able to lay off the soft stuff down and the stuff in the dirt. So it's definitely, I think we've done a good job, especially this weekend, of hitting our pitches, but also laying off the junk.
Cullen.
Andrew, you mentioned, I guess, being a little bit frustrated to the start of the season. Was there an adjustment you had to make, or was it just kind of mentally saying, fight through it and we'll hit out of it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of both. I had a rough day yesterday, but before that, I hit some balls hard and didn't have a lot to show for it. So, I'm kind of trusting my approach and trusting what I've been doing all my life. But at the same time, there are a couple adjustments you make day in and day out whenever you struggle. Coach Kingston had me, I'm sure you already talked about it, he had me choke up a little bit, and I had some good results today. So, but I mean, for the most part, it's just sticking to what I've been doing, what I know how to do, trusting myself, but at the same time, you can definitely do a couple things here and there to help.